Make sure I'm recording. All right. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our kick-off call for Team Cup. And we're collaborating with a total of, four teams, right, Dina?
Five.
Oh, yeah, 5. Last minute change. So we just wanted to hop on and go over some things to kick off the month. And Dina and I are just going to take turns kind of explaining what our vision is for this collaboration group. We did it last year with, I think, only 3 teams, and it was really fun to get to know people from other teams and exchange ideas, and it's been people we've continued to be friends with, so it has been really fun. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and okay. Dina, do you want to start or should I?
You can.
Okay. All right. So we thought maybe more people would hop on and maybe not know everyone. And for the sake of time, we're not going to like tell our whole story, but maybe just your name so we can put a picture with a name, where you're from, and then just something funny or interesting about you that will help us kind of all remember each other and make connections, if that makes sense. So if you just want to unmute yourself, and I will start. I am Lindy Hazer. I am from a small town in North Dakota. Like I just told Cheryl, about 300 people. I've been coaching since January of 2015 actively. And something interesting about me is my husband and I have the exact same birthday. I am just 3 hours older, and he might hop on some of these calls too because he does help me build my business. We just didn't put him on a team cup because we're really working on my business this month, but he'll probably hop on for information and such. So his name is Tyler. That is me. Dina, do you want to go next?
Sure, I'll go quick. Hey, I'm Dina, and I am kind of like Lindy. I live in a small town in North Dakota. I've been coaching for over 5 years now, and been with my husband for, since I was 19. I'm 43 now, and we've been married for 14 years. We have 1 daughter, and one fun thing about me is that it's a tough one maybe. I love to write. So I'm a blogger and I want to write a book. So that's me in a nutshell.
Thank you. Cheryl, do you want to?
I was like, yeah, everyone else is muted. I'm Cheryl. I live in Amarillo, Texas. I have 4 kids. I've been coaching for, I don't know, 3 years, 2 years? I don't know. I looked on my time, like I was looking at my memories from like Facebook yesterday, and I posted something about Beachbody for 2 years, and I think I was coaching maybe right after Beachbody, so I guess that's maybe a year and a half. I really don't even know. I should probably keep better track of that. One fun thing about me, I'm really just kind of a go with the flow kind of person. I think me and Lindsay are like total opposites, and I would stress you out because I'm just not structured at all. But that's just, that's what I'm comfortable with, and that's what works for me. And that's it.
Kayla there?
And that's my sister-in-law. Kayla's my sister-in-law.
Is she?
There she is.
Oh. You just showered. You don't have to mute your video.
I'm here. See.
Hey, yes. Do you want to introduce yourself, Kayla?
Yeah, I'm Kayla. I'm married and I have 3 kids, and I live in Amarillo, Texas, and I'm trying to get ready. And one fun fact about me is I have to wear matching socks. Like, they have to match my clothes, or else I can't wear that shirt for the day. I'm weird. I posted that on Facebook earlier this week and found out I guess I'm the only one that does that. So very weird.
So did the picture of me with mismatched athletic socks drive you crazy?
Yes, your physical therapy socks. Like, I'm like, oh my God, Lindy, no. What are you doing?
That's funny.
Yes, I always see that, and I'm like, no. Even my kids, I'm like, go find matching socks.
Thanks for being on.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yeah. Morning.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Lisette Alamo. I live in Chicago, Illinois. And I've been coaching for about, it's probably going on 5 years, but not consistently. So this year, I've really kind of reined in a lot of what I've learned and really have been focused to make this business work. And fun fact, let's see. Oh, I'm married 25 years, 2 daughters, 23 and 14. And I guess, I don't know, I just love dogs, German Shepherds in particular. That's about it.
Thank you. And I see, Lisette, you are in the Chic community with Dina and I.
Yes, I saw your name pop up in there. I'm just getting some amazing content from there.
For sure.
Good.
Cool. Okay. You want to go ahead and mute yourself, or I can. Okay. Wanna take it away, Dina?
Okay. I looked out and got a slide that I'm very passionate about, and that's mindset and personal development. So we all know that personal development is a vital behavior. And ever since I started coaching, I have just really dug into this piece. It's probably the one I did the best because I just love to learn, but I kind of got stuck in just learning. So in the last, for sure, year, and Lindy's really helped me with this, but I've been applying what I learned. And so that's been, like, I think one of my biggest takeaways with personal development is, yeah, we need to be always learning and growing, but we can't just be stuck in that learning phase. We have to apply what we're reading. And sometimes I would just be reading so much that it was overwhelming, and it's like all these things I had to do. So I read a little now, and then I apply, and it's just helped a lot. And what I love what Lindy says here, like, we will hear no a lot, you know, and that's a good thing, because that means that you're putting yourself out there, you're inviting, and no's are okay. Some will, some won't. So what? Like, who's next? Because those no's are what's going to grow your business. And we like to say that no is not a no, it's just a not right now. So when we're doing our personal development, it's a lot easier to work through those and just keep pushing and just finding the next person, because what we have to offer, if you really believe in what you're doing, you know that it's going to change a life. And just staying strong in that, because it's not easy to feel a little rejected or that it's tough, but it's so worth it. So what I'd like to do is maybe quick just go around, say what book you're currently reading or podcast you're listening to, whatever you're currently doing for personal development, and then what's your overall favorite. I'll start. And this is a tough one for me because I just have read and listened to so much, but I have 3 overall favorites: Girl Wash Your Face, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, and You Are a Badass. I just got so much from those books. I go back to them and I read them over and over. Like, I'm sure I've read each one of them 3 times. I love podcasts, so I listen to Rachel's podcast, Rise. Melanie Mitchell's podcast is great. I listen to that a lot. And then I'm currently reading this book right here. I kind of do like one business and one personal growth. I don't have my business one or my personal growth one here, but my business one is this High Performance Habits. So good. He's got a good podcast too. And then I love Make It Happen by Laura Casey. That's my personal growth one. Lindy, you want to go next?
Okay, so I would actually just ditto what Dina said, but that's weird. But it all really applies to me. I would add another favorite in there. Was my first personal development book I read, Daring Greatly by Brené Brown. And what I am currently reading is actually Dare to Lead by Brené Brown. And I do the same thing as Dina. I listen to kind of one for business and leadership wise, and then one just for me as a person. So I'm reading Hands Free Mama by Rachel Stafford. Which is really hard to find that balance between being hands-free and not just like talking technology, but just giving up those other distracted ways of life and building a business. So I'm just trying to find that balance. And then I listen to the same podcasts that Dina mentioned. And last year when we did this collaboration Team Cup where 3 teams, we all read the same personal development book. And we did think about doing that again. But I have really learned over the last year that personal development should be personal, and if we all picked a book, that might not be all what we need to work on, but I think it's just important that we're all doing it. So that's me, what I'm doing right now.
Hi. I am currently reading or rereading The Slight Edge, just getting some of that back to memory. I listen to many of the ones the ladies listen to as well. So Melanie and Rachel and Brendan and Bob, listening to all of those during the day. And I'm finding more that I used to be a really big reader, and I'm finding more I'm a bigger listener now. So I'm trying to kind of get some more of those books audio and just kind of always be listening to those. Let's see. What was the other question? Was there something else?
Yeah, I think just what you're doing.
What we're reading.
And favorite, yep.
Yep. That's about it.
Okay, me. I don't do, I guess, books a lot for personal development. I have a hang up with books. I have really bad anxiety, and books give me anxiety, and so I have to read something that is purely for fun. Like if I want to read it because I find it interesting, then I read it. But I have a thing where like if I start reading a personal development book and it starts making me feel bad about myself, it's just a hang up that I have, and I try to work through it, but mostly for my personal development, I pray a lot, and I go to church, and I pray with my friends, and I mean that's just what keeps me as a person like growing and just with good morale, and just keeps me positive because my anxiety is such an issue, and so that's just what I lean towards, just to help me grow. And I mean, it's been working my whole life, and so that's just kind of what I lean on. I have started books like You're a Badass, or like The Uninvited. I don't know if you guys have read that one. And it always leads me to this thing where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm just a crappy person. And so it just doesn't really work for me. And I think that's really surprising for a lot of people, but it's just not something that I love to do as my personal development. But yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I don't like reading, but I've tried to keep that up with my personal development time. I've read Girl Wash Your Face, and I really, really love that book. I'm starting to read, I think it's called Tea Transformation by Shaun T, because I find him really motivational. So I thought maybe his book will be really motivational too. So that's where I'm at. Second book, because I don't like reading.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Yes, and Audible and listening to podcasts are totally perfect if you don't like reading. I wish I didn't like reading as much because I could utilize my personal development time better if I could multitask, but I like to highlight and take notes. So that's just what works for me. Because I find if I listen something into the car, I have to go back and re-listen to it so I can take notes on it. I'm like, I don't know, I'm so visual that just listening is hard for me, but something works different for everyone. So I think it's just really important that when you, like Dina said, when you are hearing no, when you are putting yourself out there, that you're doing something to like fill yourself back up. So I believe I haven't had a chance to go. I had kind of a crazy night last night to watch Dina's live, but she chatted goals with you guys, I believe, in her live video. And I think it's important. Yes, we have a goal in mind. It maybe is a number of people we want to help. Maybe it is a team cup prize we're going for, a business goal. But if that goal is not tied to your overall, why are you doing this? Why is this important to you? When things get crazy, when things get hectic, when you're told no, you may just give up. And so it's important to keep your why for why you're coaching, why you're putting yourself out there, why you're waking up every day to be your best self in the front of your mind, because that's what keeps you going when the going gets tough. And then as 5 individual team cups, we're going to want to set a goal for what is our goal as a team of 5. So that will be different for everyone. But I have a Success Club goal every month, but I used to get really tied to that number and very upset. But I do like what Melanie Mitro says about when you don't hit a goal, you give yourself a day and then you get back up, you get over it, and you get back to work. And a lot of times goals, they talk about them, being smart and measurable. But I also like to think of things like this as a real push. And Dina and I have worked in the past with Josh Coates, and he talks about like puke goals that are so big they kind of upset your stomach a little bit because you know you're going to have to stretch yourself really far, because that's where growth happens, is when you're stretched outside those comfort zones. So just to be thinking about what your goal actually is for Team Cup as an individual and as a team. I'm reading the chat. No, I'm going to listen to your live on the way to Bismarck. Did I just repeat everything you said, though? Okay, so we will be, and I think she already did. She put a call to action to pop your goal in the comments of what yours is, and then each individual Team Cup team will set their own team goal. So, all right, Dina?
Okay, so we talked about this in the group a little bit, but we want to make sure that we keep the group active and engaged and that everybody is getting the most out of it that they can. So the captains are going to take a day each and go live or post something that, whether it's anything from tips and tricks, what's working for them, what's not working for them. Things like that will push you, hopefully inspire you, motivate you, and maybe just to get you thinking. And, we're all on separate, I shouldn't say we're all on separate teams because some of you are on the same team, but we are on teams and we're, competing and we're going for these prizes. But I think we all know, like, the bigger picture here is helping people. And that's why I love this. That's why we do what we do. And like Lindy said, having your goals attached to your why is so important because it will get hard. This month is going to be hard. It's going to stretch you. And sometimes you're going to wonder, like, what am I doing? And is this worth it? It's worth it because you are reaching more people. You are going to change more lives. And that passion that drives you is what's going to get you through this month. So we want to make sure that we're doing our best as leaders, and we're all leaders in this. Like, we're all the CEOs of our own business. We all have our own power and our own drive, but it's just when people come together, that's one of the things I love the most about coaching is the community that I found. Like, I never had this type of support before where everybody is just wanting me to succeed. I just think that that's such an amazing thing that we have. So that's why we came together with this group, and we're going to do our best to make it positive, uplifting, and just kind of keep everybody more accountable. You know, we talk about that as coaches, and we have to be accountable to ourselves and accountable to our health and fitness, but we also have to be accountable to our business. And this is a way of really digging into that CEO mindset. So I'm super excited for it. I guess I don't know what's coming next. Go ahead, Lindy.
I can't hear Lindsay.
Okay, sorry. Gosh, that's embarrassing. Okay, so Instapot is the next thing, and this is totally optional, but for people on Instagram, this is a way to help you build your engagement so things are like shown to people more in their feed. So what it is this fall, I was in a group with about 10 people who were put like in a DM together. And then every time that you posted to Instagram, you used the little airplane and you sent it to that group. And then everyone in the group would go to your post and leave like an engaging comment, not just like a heart or a high five or whatever. But something engaging, something to comment on, because that is going to raise your engagement of your post, and Instagram is going to show it more in other people's feeds. So it's super easy if you're already posting to Instagram, because you just use that little airplane to send the DM to the group, and then people know it's been posted and they can just pop on your post and comment on it. So if anyone is interested in that, you can just comment in the chat, or we can also post it in the group and see if we could get a group together that would be interested in building that. I spend a lot of time on my Instagram stories and my Instagram feed, because for me, I spent almost all of my business building on Facebook, and it's time for me to make more of the switch. But I don't have a lot of eyes on my stuff, and I need to get more eyes on my stuff, and I don't want to pay to do it. So I noticed I probably gained like 200, 300 followers in the time I was doing this. And like I said, there wasn't very many of us that were active. There were supposed to be 10 of us, and I wouldn't want to probably do more than that, because it's a lot to keep up with. But it isn't something that's hard. So if anyone has questions on that or is interested in that, I thought that would be a good thing that we could all do together to support each other. One, it's kind of fun to see what other people are sharing. Two, it's nice when you put those kind of things that are hard to post on there, that you're getting some love on it. And it's a way to build your Instagram engagement. So that was an optional thing. Okay, awesome. So I will get it set up before the weekend is over so that we can start on Monday. And I'll also post in the group. But if you are interested in being on the Instapod and you are watching this recording, just shoot me a message and I will include you in that, if that makes sense. If you have questions, we can ask at the end. Whoa, I went too far. Okay, Dina. Nightly.
Okay, I spoke to this a little bit, but in addition to, hopefully a more morning post by the leaders, we're gonna do a nightly check-in too. We really just want to keep, like I said, everybody engaged, everybody pushing. And I know, like, just to be completely honest, I'm competitive, and I think Lindy is a little bit too. And it's not that I'm competing with others, but it pushes me. Like it really makes me be like, hey, if they're doing this, I can do this too. So we thought that that would be a good accountability piece in the evenings every day. And a lot of these ideas are from a post that a coach had in the Beachbody Champions page. And it just really spoke to me because it was a coach who just really wanted her Team Cup team to hit number 1 in her region. And so she did a lot of the things that we're going to do. This was one of them. Like, they came into the group every night to talk about their wins, to talk about who they helped, how many people they helped that day. And they ended up number 1 in the West region. So I just thought that that was an amazing story. Like, they didn't overcomplicate. They were still, doing the same things, just 10xing them. So, we really want you to be accountable, but we want you to support each other, even if it's not somebody on your team. Like I said, we're all a big part of this together. We're all in it for the overall good of our businesses and helping other people. So if you would do your best, I know that life is busy, so do what you can, but try to come in once a day. And if that is the evenings to kind of catch up, then that would be great.
Awesome. Okay, me. I unmuted myself. Oh, I think I went too far. Okay. Was there not a call schedule?
I thought there was.
Oh, okay. I just skipped it. Okay. I'm really excited because I just checked my DMs and we do have a call schedule I am working on. We're combining this. A lot of us are on the same team and host the same team calls. So we're combining these weekly calls with our team call. Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. They will all be recorded and I will post the recording all the next day. We already had scheduled a working power half hour with kind of some direction on this coming Wednesday. And I think that's actually a great way for us to start out Team Cup, especially if anyone has any questions on connecting, inviting, and following up. So we're going to keep that, but it was just confirmed like just now that on Wednesday, February 13th, we have asked Deidre Weaver. She is a 5-star diamond. She was at NLC with me last year as 1-star, and she rank advanced to 5-star and is 1-time elite. So she will be speaking to us on the 13th. I'm just confirming a time with her now because I don't know if maybe she needs to make it earlier on that night. But we do have that confirmed, and then we thought we would just kind of do a working power hour the next week, and then we're still working on scheduling the last call. Wednesday, March 6th, I have us meeting one last time together just to come on and celebrate our wins for the month of February, because I know it is going to be great. But I'm super excited about the call on the 13th because one, Deidre is a friend of mine, but two, she is someone who shows what is totally possible in a short amount of time, and she is super inspiring. So I think we're all going to gather a lot of stuff from her on the 13th.
Okay, one other thing that we're doing are mini challenges, and they could be little things from whoever's posting that day is maybe going to give you a little bit of an extra challenge. And again, things just to kind of stretch you, to push you. I listened to a call the other day that was really great, and it talked about how, as humans, as entrepreneurs, as anything in the roles in our lives, like we kind of just by nature want certainty. Like, I think that's why a lot of us have anxiety, is because we want that certainty. We're always trying to get it. Like we kind of get stuck just needing to know what's going to happen. And being a coach and being your own CEO of your business is very uncertain. And so it's hard and it's challenging, but it was something about how when you really find, like, when you embrace that uncertainty, that's when you grow. That's when you find your passion. That's when you find your joy. Like, if everything was certain, if everything happened exactly the way it should every day of our lives, like, we wouldn't grow, and we would just be in this, like, state of mundane almost. And so it was just really powerful for me, because I never thought of myself as a perfectionist, but with coaching, I am. Like, I feel like I need everything to happen just how I think it should. And when it doesn't, because it never does, it's like, oh no, now what? So I just really want to encourage you to press into uncertainty. Like, this is where we'll find our sweet spots. This is where we'll find our purpose. And I think it makes it a lot easier to put yourself out there. You know, it doesn't matter what other people think of you. I love Rachel's, like, her whole idea behind Girl Wash Your Face. And if you listen to her podcasts, and Lindy and I had the opportunity to see her live a couple weeks ago, and it was absolutely amazing. Like, I don't know how many times, like, I wanted to cry and laugh at the same time, because it was like, she's just so relatable. But she talked about how, you know, other people's opinions just don't have a role in your life, because if you're in network marketing like we are, you know, a lot of people have this idea about what it is, but it doesn't matter what they think, because they're not paying our bills. They're not recognizing, like, the passion that we have because we found this. And so it does not matter. I also love what Ashley Molstead, our top coach, said, that, you know, worrying about what other people think of you doesn't make life longer. It just makes it harder. And that was, like, so true, because I know I personally have been kind of stuck in this business, because we do have to put ourselves out there on social media in order for our invites to work, and for people to know that we have an opportunity and a way to help them. It's not easy, but I have personally found so much growth by doing that. Like, so much growth, so much healing by just being vulnerable, by stretching myself, by always wanting to do better, by embracing uncertainty. So we're going to do that this month with little mini challenges that are going to push I think that, what did I put on the cover photo? Like, push beyond your limits, because that's the only thing holding you back, is your own limiting beliefs. And so with that, we're going to do a team of the week, back to that friendly competition, right? We're just going to, you know, spotlight the wins, whether it's successful points or other wins. And that's why we want to just share daily what we're doing and what's working.
Awesome. Okay, with that, we wanted to keep this under 40 minutes, so I think we are doing great. Lisette, it was great to meet you, and I am really excited to get to know everyone in this group, because I know the relationships that we built as a team of 3 last year are still going, and we're still leaning into each other. And my favorite part was, I guess I didn't mention this in my introduction, but I am a teacher by trade, and so I love the one day a week where I get to come live to you and share something of value with you. And so that is kind of my favorite part, and just learning from everyone else. So I loved this quote I found last night when I was putting these slides together. Never worry about numbers, help one person at a time, and always start with the person nearest to you. And that's from Mother Teresa, but honestly, I think the person nearest to you is yourself. And this all started because we helped ourselves, someone helped us, and now we need to go out and do that for others. And, like, piggybacking off what Dina said about caring what other people think about you, it's selfish to keep this, what we have, to ourselves, because we have all found such growth and such change and transformation inside and out from this, and we should want that for everyone else in our lives too. So I'm really excited to be here with you. I'm going to stop my share. And Adina, was there anything else?
No, I think we covered it. I'm excited.
Right, I am excited too. Okay, let's document this call for all of our stories. Cheryl's fixing her hair. Kayla, you're out of your towel. All right. Happy Saturday, everyone. Smile. All right. I will share that with you guys. Lisette, did you type? Show. Can I find you on Instagram easily, Lisette?
Yes, Lisette Alamo.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being on. I hope you have a great day, and let's go have an awesome month.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.